Rewind. I have 10 hours to sew this dress. I'm wearing it to a film premiere in Montreal, and we are leaving tomorrow morning. This film is a film that I costume designed and my husband was the director of photography on. So it's very important, we're very excited. And I thought to myself, I want to wear something I made. And you know what's better than just any old thing in my closet? A brand new thing, crafted from my mind palace. And so here we are. I spent the last week or so designing this dress, mocking it up, making multiple toiles of this dress. And now I have my fabric cut out and I'm ready to sew. And I'm gonna sew as fast as possible because like I said, I am leaving tomorrow morning. I'm all the way packed, but I would like to get a good night's rest. If you wanna follow along while I make this dress over the next 10 or so hours, thank you for being here. If you wanna subscribe, please do. And definitely comment below if you like the dress and if you could see yourself wearing it because I wanna develop it into a pattern. I've been writing instructions, obviously patterning it out. All I would have to do is just flesh all that out and grade into multiple sizes. So if you'd like it, let me know. But before we start sewing, I wanna talk to you about how I designed this dress. I wanna walk you through all of the toiles so you get an idea of what it took to get here, okay? So we've got our very first toile. This was like right out of Illustrator, the first test. Now obviously it has some issues. The side seams aren't quite right and the bust darts aren't quite right. As we move into toile number 2, we made some adjustments, made some fixes. Now it is time to move into like a proper toile, which would be number 3. And the reason I call it proper is because the first 2 were kind of just quick mock-ups for quick adjustments. Toile number 3, I wanted to do fully lined with the zipper inserted to make sure that all of my seam allowances were correct. Begin writing the instructions for how to make this dress. Walking through the engineering of the dress. We did a lot of that on toile number 3. Now, once I tried this on, I was like, yep, we are heading in the right direction. I decided to make the teardrop shape a little bit smaller. I think we're in a really good place. Now we need to kind of solve for the skirt pieces. Now moving on to our most recent toile, toile number 4, I went ahead and did the entire dress. Now I didn't finish it all the way. I probably did like 95% because I was like, hey, I don't have time for this. I like the way it's looking, I like the way it's fitting. Now the major thing that I learned from this was that I wanted to move the dart placement a little bit, like something about the chest dart is just still not quite right. And I wanted to also add in pockets. So I'm taking that, side skirt piece, cutting it in half and adding in seam allowance and pocket pieces. And I also wanted to reduce the height of the side skirt pieces so that it was a little bit less voluminous in the hip area. So I did raise that curve height, and so I'm gonna lower it back down. And this will just result in a more gathered look instead of like a volume look. And I'm also going to stop the gathers higher up on the hip so that it's like this illusion where like it breaks for the skirt. I don't know. I hope you get the idea. But now that we have made all of these toiles, it is time for the dress that I'm gonna be wearing in 2 days. Now, this is also kind of a toile. I'm sure there will be things to, update or fix. And I did make some updates to my pattern pieces and I didn't even try them out. I just went ahead and cut. So let's see how it works out. The fabric we're working with today is secondhand, so I'm kind of unsure. It did not come with a label, but I think it's like maybe a wool or a linen, but either way, we're using that high heat, baby. Without further ado, we're wasting time. We need to get started, so let's sew. Obviously, to start out, we need to cut our fabric. I finally set up my projector and it has made cutting out my fabric super quick. I did like a sneaky design on this and made sure that the skirt panels were no wider than my cutting mat, so that was nice, so I didn't have to like shift it around too much, but the front and back pieces I definitely had to shift the fabric and shift the projection to cut out these long pieces. But I made sure to put markers on the pattern so when I shift it, there's a clear indication of where to match it up. And once we were done, I went ahead and threaded my machine. And then I needed to start on the bust darts, and then I realized that I didn't mark my pattern pieces, so I turned on my projector and marked those darts, and now I'm sewing them together. And yes, I did just finish Love Island Season 6 USA, and I watched this entire season just to watch Dylan Is in Trouble's commentary on it, so there's a little bit of lore for you. And next, I sewed my main and lining front pieces all the way down the front. All right, let's check in, because whoever wrote these instructions did a horrible job. It was me. And I'm literally so confused. Kind of pissed at this pattern right now. I just had to rip out a bunch of stitches. I'm using this as a little test for myself too, to make sure that the instructions are clear. So, making a note. But this pattern includes a lot of the burrito method. So right now I'm doing each shoulder with the burrito method because the back's open. So you can just do the burrito method here, burrito method there, and then pull out the backs. And then I'll do the side seams. And then we're also gonna do the burrito method later for the skirt pieces. So here's what we're doing now for the shoulders. Let me show you. So this is the wrong side. We need this shoulder seam to be finished right here. The little piece that has the button on it is right here. That's really the only piece we need to watch out for when sewing. So I just kind of like fold it in and then right sides together. Now we have the long pieces on this, yeah, all crazy. But basically this is the wrong side of it, and we're finishing up this armhole seam, and we're gonna leave the side seams open. The burrito method's always fun. I think once you give it a shot. In some construction methods, it can be a little confusing, but I feel like the more you do it, the more you get comfortable with it. So here we are, just burritoing it up. Burrito time. All right, burrito method time. We are going to roll the bottom of our front bodice up, and then we're gonna like put the top like that. You know, I don't really know how to describe it other than a burrito. As you can see, this is what it looks like. I already graded the seams, clipped into the curves, which just helps it to that fabric to lay flat instead of tugging. So now we need to pull the back pieces, these long guys, through the shoulder, okay? So I'm just gonna take one of these long pieces and then push it through the shoulder, go up through the front bodice, grab, and if it gets kind of stuck, do not fret. Just keep pulling. So this is what that looks like. This is like the front button piece. This is the center back. I'm gonna press all this once we pull this one out. So this is what that looks like, and it's all pressed. So you can see that we did the shoulder seams here. So these are all nicely encased now, which is great. They're looking awesome. And now we're gonna connect the side seams by turning them open like this so that they are right sides together. And then we will sew the side seams. After finishing the side seams, I went ahead and worked on these skirt panel pieces. I finished all the raw edges with my serger, and I attached the pockets, and now I am connecting the skirt at that middle seam for each panel. And now we gotta make the gathers. The way we're doing that is adding in some basting stitches, which are just really long stitches, like your longest stitch length. We're gonna do those from the notches to the center, and then the center to the notches, and we are gonna gather those sections individually. And then we can ease that gathered skirt panel into the curve on the bodice piece that we just worked on, which is exactly what I'm doing right here. Okay, I have attached these skirt panels and I wanted to show you guys how that is looking. Wait, oh, okay, this is gonna get in the way. Sorry, I'm gonna put you over here. Obviously, won't be wearing it over a shirt. Looks a little something like this. Still need to iron it and stuff, but I'm really happy with how the gathers on the skirt turned out. The pockets are nice to have, for sure. And yeah, all I need to do now is make the inside prettier. And I'm gonna do that by doing the burrito method, like for the actual arch piece right here, for the tops of the skirt. And then I will finish the rest just by folding it in 1 centimeter and sewing it down, probably stitching in the ditch. And then I will attach the zipper and sew up the back. And then we are, oh, and of course, hemming it. And then we will be in a good spot. So I'm gonna see if I can't get that. I'm gonna see if I can't get that done in the next hour because I would like to still eat dinner, get a good night's sleep, not feel stressed. So wish me luck. Y'all already know what time it is. Burrito time. I know that's right. We can't burrito all the way down each front panel, but we are doing as much as we can on the top of that curve just to save ourselves some work and also to really make those seams nice and clean. I'm telling you, it looks good. And this is with the zipper inserted. I did kind of a classic invisible without using an invisible zipper technique. So I just pinned it all in and it's time to attach it to the dress. But first, a wee bit of cleaning up. I just had some tacos. Now need to finish this up. I'm about to install the zipper. I'm gonna turn it back inside out. Ow! So many pins in here.
2 hours later.
Hey.
Hey, Boo. No, I was just checking in.
I had to completely remove the zipper. So.
Okay. Well, you needed no worries.
You heard that right. I had to completely remove the zipper. When I tried on the dress, everything was so tight. I'm not quite sure where the calculations or measurements went wrong. Like I said, I had made adjustments to the pattern pieces before trying them out. So I have a feeling that like I lost some width on the side seams of the bodice and it was just all super tight. So tight that I decided to do an exposed zipper instead of a hidden one just to gain literally like 1 more centimeter of fabric. And I do think it helped. It was worth doing, but this was an unexpected turn of events and it probably took about, you read the screen, about 2 hours just to solve this one problem. So that was obviously very frustrating, but in the end, it was worth it. Thank you to my grandmother for having an extensive collection of vintage zippers because I had what I needed. It was totally fine. Well, I'm finishing up the last stitch on putting in this new zipper. I shouldn't give up, right?
No, you come this far. You still got a minute?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, if you say it's fine. I don't mind staying up a little late either if you want to.
Here's a little sneak peek. And definitely there's still some work to be done on the actual design and some bust adjustments that I made. Did some weird stuff here. So I need to like go back to the drawing board just a little bit, but I wanted to show you guys. Still turned out super cute and I did end up adding pockets to the design, which obviously is great. I'm about to put in the button, and I will catch you guys in Montreal.
Somebody help me get over it. Somebody help me, yeah. Somebody help me get over it. Somebody help me. Somebody help me get over it. Somebody help me.